Okay, good morning everyone. Good morning po.
Good morning po, ma'am.
Salamat. Ibig sabihin, I am heard. Kasi, I was preparing, as I was preparing uh, the materials, tapos yung video ayaw gumana. Kaya nga si Alex kanina, kausap ko eh. She was the earliest, si Alexandra. Okay, we will start in a minute. Teka, i-record na natin. Okay. So can we make an agreement here? Who would like to? Kasi minsan kasi nakakalimutan kong i-record na. So I would need a recorder. I-click lang yung record video. Kasi minsan nakakalimutan ko siya. So kasi dapat naka-record siya. But it's a good thing Nigel is with us. Kaya kagaya nung nakaraan, the whole event talaga hindi ko na i-record. But it's really a good thing na Nigel is with us for the live stream. Napakalaki na ng nagagawa ni Nigel sa atin. Most especially sa ating training dito sa SECAP-SWDA. He's been with us from the first batch until now. Okay? So, okay. Let's now start with a prayer. Who would like to lead us with a prayer for today? Anyone from the group? Hello, guys. Good morning. You are now at the actual training. So you are now with SECAP. So any situation or any opportunity that you are asked of anything or any participation or any anything to volunteer on, dapat anak, you should note that this is also part of your training. Okay, so who would like to volunteer to lead us with a prayer today? It seems no one wants. Maybe just have it from Mambel for the Lord's guidance for all of us, to all of us during the entire training. Mahaba-haba din yon. So it's about 10 days. Okay, so may we now start with the prayer to be led to us by Mambel. Ma'am, we are not hearing you.
Si Alexandra. Assign po
natin. Okay, sige po. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Demol? May magsalita ka dyan ka, no? Let's start. Kasi everyday you will be the one to lead the prayer. Isa-isa kayo dyan. Para marinig naman namin ang boses nyo. Short prayer lang.
Ano yun, ma'am?
Short prayer po. Maggawa ka ng short prayer. Anything comes...
Short prayer po?
Yes po. Start na po tayo.
Sige po. Ngalan ng Ama, ng Anak, ng Espiritu Santo. Panginoong nasa langit, patumbayan niyo po kami ngayong araw ng immersion hanggang sa April 14. Nawa po ay maunawaan namin lahat ng ituturo ngayon sa amin. Gabayan niyo po kami sa araw-araw. Yun lang, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Lord. Ang saya naman ng prayer ni Alex. Okay, so she was actually the earliest. Okay, so that's good, Alex. Okay. So we will now start with the basic e-training protocols. Okay, I'll get there. Sandali lang po. Okay, so we are now at the SECAP-SWDA in cooperation with Greenfield Aquaculture, One Okada, and EPOS, with DepEd, Cavite Province, Tanzan National Trade School, Senior High School Work Immersion from Home Program Partnership for TVL, Home Economics, Tailoring, and Hairdressing. Okay, sandali lang po at may pumapasok. Okay? Okay, it's good. Thank you. We have with us the National Director, National Program Director of SECAP-SWDA. Okay. Later, he will be with us and discuss to us some topics or the topics that we are supposed to know about SECAP-SWDA for today. Okay. I'll proceed with our basic e-training protocols. Okay, so okay, number 1, for our training rules and guidelines, okay? Please mute your microphones in joining the e-training or meeting, okay? Number 2, turn your videos on during the entire training or meeting. But to save bandwidth, this may be also optional, okay? Kasi kapag gumagamit lang tayo ng data, pag gumagamit tayo ng data, nakakaubos din siya ng data. But in cases or in times you are asked to participate or say something, that's the time you should open your videos, okay? And number 3, do not interrupt the speaker while presenting. If you have questions, type it in the chat box and it will be addressed appropriately, okay? Number 4, always be professional and courteous. This is an educational training event, so we are expecting you to present yourself nicely, with your background, your appearance, your attitude, tone of voice, and others. Okay? And then number 5, for focused participation, avoid unnecessary sidebars and comments. There's a time for comments and feedback. Okay? And then number 6, getting disconnected to the e-training or meeting, go back to the Google Classroom or to the GC and click the meeting link to come back. Okay? Number 7, accomplish tasks required by the trainers and be sure to follow deadlines on when to submit them. Okay? And then number 8, accomplish daily narratives. Okay, someone's coming in. Pasukin po muna natin. Okay, so number 9, accomplish the attendance and training evaluation links. So we can see these links in our Google Classrooms. And it can also be shared through our GC, okay? And then number 10, SECAP-SWDA in cooperation with Greenfield Holdings Incorporated, EPOS, and One Okada work immersion evaluation sheet with grade, of course, and certificate of completion will be awarded to trainees with outputs completed, okay? And then for the objectives of the work immersion from home program training at SECAP-SWDA, this is now the immersion proper, as we had discussed previously during our pre-deployment orientation. We had the pre-immersion proper, wherein we were tasked or we were taught on how to accomplish the requirements prior to our immersion proper. So we are expecting that you had already submitted your resume, your parental consent, and the evaluation sheet. Okay, so we had a deadline last Saturday or Sunday. Okay, so for letter A, under immersion proper, appreciating management processes by observing, identifying, and describing the following. Okay, So the nature of business. So this will be discussed to us by our trainers. Okay. And then description of the products or services, target clientele, or beneficiaries, and then organizational structure, and then company rules and regulations. Okay. um, the students or trainees reports to the company based on agreed time frame, and then receives orientation from the company, establishment on the nature of business, description of the products or services, target clientele, organizational structure, and rules and regulations. Okay. And then number three, participate in activities of the different offices. Okay, one, written narrative on the profile of the company. You will be required of this. We had already discussed on this during your pre-deployment orientation or business establishment. It may contain charts, photos, or illustrations. Okay, and then written report on the activities performed, of course, and then supervisor's rating that will be at the end of your training. Okay, and then the organizational chart, and then letter B, presenting business processes by observing and participating in safety, production, maintenance, quality control, quality assurance, customer satisfaction, housekeeping, hygiene, and others. These are actually based on the face-to-face immersion proper, but this can also be practiced, or what do you call this? This can also be practiced though we are now at the virtual or the online training. Okay. So that's it for our objectives and the basic protocols for this training. Okay. Okay. Before introducing to you our topic discussion for today, I will be sharing you a teaser. Okay, wait. About SECAP-SWDA. It can be found in from our website. Okay, the website of SECAP-SWDA. Do you hear anything? Do you hear something?
Meron po, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so that's the teaser for our SECAP-SWDA organization. Okay, everyone, I'll present my screen now. Do we have, is Ma'am Hananiel with us now? Check na muna natin. Okay, she's not here yet. Okay, she's supposed to introduce to us our trainer for today. Okay, anyway, I'll just do it. Okay, good morning once again. Tailoring, hairdressing students from Tanzan National Trade School, and also to our work immersion teachers, Ma'am Annabelle and Ma'am Mary Rose, and everyone, our students, good morning. So, this is now our first day for the 10-day training for the senior high school work immersion from home program at SECAP-SWDA. Okay, and we are fortunate actually because today we have with us the national director for programs at SECAP-SWDA. He is a preacher at El Shaddai community, if you are aware, or if you know about the organization, Catholic Charismatic Movement, El Shaddai. And he also is the national youth or national head of the Buhay Party List previously. And right now he is the national director of the SECAP-SWDA program. So we have later we will be hearing about the four programs now actually five. He will be discussing them to us. I will also be helping with the discussion because we had prepared these materials for all of you guys. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to meet our discussant for today, Sir Johnson Badaw. Good morning, sir. Hello.
Hello, ma'am. Morning.
Hi, good morning, sir. Good
Hello
morning,
po, ma'am.
brother.
Morning po. Morning
Okay,
po.
so I'll be presenting my screen and let's start, Brad. Sir.
Okay.
Okay, for a while, please. Okay. Good morning, sir. You may now start. I'll just be presenting the screen. Pa-present ko na lang po yung screen.
Sige, ma'am.
Salamat po. Nakikita niyo na po yung screen? Do you now see the first slide? Nakikita niyo na po yung first slide?
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay. Sir, you may now start. Sir Johnson.
Ma'am, di ko makita dito, ma'am.
Oh.
Okay. I-present ko na lang, ma'am. Basta welcome for the groups na lang sa ating community.
Okay, so you did not see it po? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So, you
Kasi
just input, pagka ano po, Brad, sir, you can just input discussions, okay? So, I'll be reading the slides. So, we are now at the Senior Citizens and Elderly Welfare Club of the Philippines Work Immersion from Home program, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So, SECAP stands for Senior Citizens and Elderly Welfare Club of the Philippines, okay?
Yes.
And its headquarters is at 10B Omero Street, Barangay Holy Spirit, Quezon City, with satellite offices nationwide. Okay? So meaning to say, ang area of coverage ng SECAP-SWDA is from NCR, from CAR, NCR Regions 1 up to 13, including BARM. Okay? And then, about our president and founder, he is Sir Restituto E. Perez Jr. So he is the National Agency President. He was a scholar ng bayan, and from 1981 to 1986 he was an OFW, and in 1994 elected barangay kagawad, chairman of the appropriation committee. Okay, and in 1997 we elected barangay kagawad, and then founder and president, area 7 Kagawad Association, Quezon City. Okay, and then in 1997 to 1998 he was vice president, task force urban of the Philippines, Malacanang, Manila, GMA NGO group. Okay, someone's coming, papasukin ko lang. Okay, so going back, in 2001 to 2004, he was the administrative assistant for Urban Poor Affairs Office. Okay, and then in 2005, he was consultant at Novaliches District Office of Mr. Tadeo Palma. Okay, and in 2010 to 2016, Honorable Herbert M. Bautista Consultant Office of the Mayor, Quezon City. Okay, in Quezon City. And then in 2016, he was the National Coordinating Council, MRRD NECC Chairman, District 2, Quezon City. And of course, he is the founder, agency national president of Social Welfare and Development Agency, Senior Citizens and Elderly Welfare Club of the Philippines, Incorporated. Okay, and as we have said a while ago, or rather, SECAP-SWDA, SECAP, or Senior Citizens and Elderly Welfare Club of the Philippines, is an auxiliary social welfare and development agency under the DSWD. Okay? So we can see here the registration number SB L005 2020. Okay, so it was granted.
Huwag mo nang isend sa akin, may kausap ako. Oh, nawala ka na.
Okay. We hear you, sir. Nadidinig namin kayo. Okay? So, wait. Going back. So, it was given with a license by the DSWD in the year 2020. It was actually February. We will move on that. Okay, so this is the certificate of recognition as Welfare Club of the Philippines, Senior Citizens and Elderly Welfare Club of the Philippines. And then the license or certificate of license to operate as a SWDA, or Social Welfare and Development Agency. So we are an auxiliary social welfare and development agency of the Philippines under the DSWD. Okay, so nandyan po yung date when was it granted. It was February 12, 2020. So that was only last year. This is a pioneering humanitarian organization or people's organization. Okay, so it is also an area-based standard network member. Okay, so it has been registered with the Securities and Exchange Commission. You can see in there the registration number, and of course it is also registered with the BIR for the tax identification number. Okay, so those are our legalities for the SECAP-SWDA. Okay, or Senior Citizens and Elderly Welfare Club of the Philippines. Okay, and for our policies and objectives, for the fulfillment of duty, of course, adopt an integrated and comprehensive approach to health development and other services available to all uh, the people at affordable cost. Okay, and then the priority, give preferential attention to the welfare of the less fortunate, the poor, unschooled, person with disabilities or PWDs, the solo parents, junior and senior citizens aged 40 to 80 years old, indigenous people, and less in life, but not limited to them. Okay? For as long as you're a Filipino citizen, you can be a priority of this organization. Okay? And then for the introduction and rationale, SECAP or Senior Citizen and Elderly Welfare Club of the Philippines initiates and promotes a healthy and harmonious association by developing civic, spiritual, social, and cultural awareness and consciousness to the underprivileged, the sick, elderly, junior and senior citizens aged 40 to 80 years old, women, solo parents, and children, and to act as an intermediary or mediator with the national and local government units and private entities worldwide tasked with the delivery of basic services to the community nationwide. Okay? So for the issues and challenges, typically, in our experience of consultations, active participations in the different government agencies, business sectors, non-government organization, and people's organization, we have encountered several issues, particularly the youth sector. Okay, the women, the environment, human rights, education, health, and employment. The declaration of policies and objectives of the Constitution provide social justice in all phases of the national development. Okay, and to fulfill this duty, the organization is challenged to, okay, number one, help and assist from the grassroots level. Okay, makikita po natin later, it will be presented to you the organizational structure. So we have an organizational structure from the national down to the barangay and the sectoral level. Okay? And then second, okay, someone's coming in po. Papasukin po muna natin. Okay. And then next is to motivate and encourage the people to contribute to nation building. Okay. And then next, encourage their families and communities, reaffirm the valued Filipino tradition of caring and helping hands in partnership with the national government, local government units, okay, private entities, and others, okay? And then providing a humanitarian assistance and giving preferential attention to the welfare of number one, the less fortunate members of the community, the poor, the unschooled, the disabled or PWDs, the underprivileged, the junior and senior citizens aged 40 to 80 years old, those who have less in life. And then for our vision and mission, the Senior Citizen and Elderly Welfare Club of the Philippines Incorporated envisions itself to be a model leader of effective governance and a responsible non-government organization working in partnership with the national government, local government units, and the citizenry in building quality services to the community. Ayan. So, it is in partnership with our national government, okay, the local government units, and of course, our partners as well, okay? And then for its mission, it is to provide quality service with which will make Senior Citizens and Elderly Welfare Club of the Philippines Incorporated an ideal organization for humanitarian assistance, particularly to the less fortunate members of the community, the poor, the unschooled, the disabled, the underprivileged, the junior and senior citizens, and those who have less in life. Okay? And for our objectives, number one, establish mechanisms whereby the contribution of the membership and the community are maximized. Okay? And then number two, adopt measures whereby members and the non-member assisted and particular appreciated by the community as a whole. Okay, and then number three, establish a program beneficial to members, their families, and the rest of the community that they serve. And number four, establish community-based health rehabilitation program station nationwide. Okay, and then for our core values, of course, we have the duty of care, which is to take care and ensure prudent use of all assets, including facility, people, and goodwill. Okay? And then the duty of loyalty, that's another core value, the duty of loyalty. Okay, which is to ensure that the activities and transactions are first and foremost advancing its mission, recognize and disclose conflicts of interest, make decisions that are in the best interest of the organization, not of the individual board of directors or any other individual or profit entity. Okay? And then the next core value is duty of obedience, okay? Which is to ensure that the organization obeys applicable laws and regulations, follows its own bylaws, and that the organization adheres to its stated corporation purpose or mission. Okay, someone's coming in po. Okay. Next, so we have, as we have mentioned a while ago, nakita nyo kanina dun sa ating teaser, we have 4 programs, actually 5 programs, including others, okay? So number 1 program that we have is the livelihood program. Under it, we have the job orientation, job opportunities, business financing. So that is for the livelihood program, okay? Some of our topic discussants or trainers in this training, you will come to meet them for this particular program. They will be offering to us job opportunities actually, and orientations for the livelihood, most particularly the topics on we have topics on visual graphics design, and then the Firo cryptocurrency trading, and also the aquaponics, greenfield aquaponics or aquaculture and hydroponics. Okay, and then the next program we have is the Damayan program, or the so-called mutual aid sa wikang Ingles. Okay, and then under it we have the hospitalization assistance, and then the medical and dental assistance, and then the burial assistance and others. Okay, and then we also have the next program, the training program for skilled workers, call center agents, food processing, and others. What we are doing now, the senior high school work immersion, is actually under the training program provided to us by SECAP, okay? And this is covered by a memorandum of agreement with DepEd, between DepEd and SECAP-SWDA. Of course, it was approved by the president of SECAP, and then the schools division superintendent of DepEd Cavite province, and also our school principal at Tanza National Trade School. Okay, and then the next program we have is the scholarship program. Okay, so under it we have elementary education scholarship, and then education and material assistance and others. So pag sinabing others, all levels na yan. Okay, pero nag-start lang tayo dun sa elementary. Okay. So, the other program is others. Kaya napakalawak ng ating scope for the programs and services at SECAP. Okay? Siguro this would not be bragging, but SECAP-SWDA is actually very fortunate that and privileged being granted with all these programs kasi i-compare natin, for example, yung what do you call this, the PhilHealth. PhilHealth had been granted with a program for the hospitalization. So isa lang siya. So yun lang po yun, hospitalization or medical assistance. Yun lang po yung na-grant na program for the PhilHealth. Unlike the SECAP-SWDA, although ano pa lang po siya, very pioneering because it just started last year at dahil nga po sa pandemic, hindi rin po siya makakilos ng husto pa. So, it hinders the mobility, the programs, the delivery of programs actually. But with its authority given by the government, we can be sure of a lot of benefits that would come to the Filipino people at sa lahat ng mga beneficiaries ng SECAP. Okay? So, yun po yung comparison nila or ano ba tawag nito? Yung difference nila with the PhilHealth. Like, for example, yung Pag-ibig naman. So, yung Pag-ibig naman, ang kanyang programs that is offered is for housing. We can also have that here at SECAP-SWDA, okay? Under others, kasi ano po yan, kasama na nga po lahat dyan. Okay? And then, as a social welfare and development agency, it had also been granted with the authority to accept donations from the international community. Kasi hindi po lahat ng organization or hindi po lahat ng humanitarian organizations ay authorized to accept donations or otherwise maaamla ka. Okay? So, for SECAP-SWDA, it had been issued or granted with an authority to accept donations from the international community. Okay? And our international commissioners at SECAP are working hand in hand for funds coming from the private sector and from the international community. Okay? Let's also help pray for them para po mag-benefit din po tayo. And of course, as now part of SECAP, isa na tayo ngayon sa mga beneficiaries na ano ba tawag dito, na nag-benefit sa mga programs ng SECAP-SWDA under the training program. And later on, we will also experience the livelihood program, which will be discussed to us by the next trainers, okay, in the following days, okay? So, yun po yung comparison niya with other agencies, okay? And for its, what do you call this? For its funds, it receives grants. It provides grants from the other government agencies. Okay, so this is an interagency collaboration or cooperation. Ibig sabihin, right now, ang funds pa lang po ay nanggagaling sa grants from the different government agencies. So as I've said a while ago, the individual fund or the independent fund is being worked out by the international commissioners at SECAP-SWDA para dito pa lang sa end ng SECAP ay kaya na niyang magbigay, hindi na magre-request pa sa let's say for example sa DOLE, sa DSWD, sa POEA or any other government agency. Okay? So, for the programs and services, we actually have the updated one. I-share po natin. Wait, puntahan po natin yan. It's here. Parang maliit siya. Okay, pagka kasi ganyan, it doesn't show well. So, we will just be uploading this, yung mga requirements po ng SECAP-SWDA on how to, when you request for medical assistance, merong naka-indicate dyan kung ano yung mga kakailanganin yung tawag nito, requirements, okay? Okay na din naman yung pinresent natin kanina. This is just the updated one, okay? I'll go back to that one. Okay, sandali lang po. Okay. Share this tab instead. Okay po. So it's here. So dapat may photocopy of SECAP members ID and then accomplish SECAP membership or profile form. And then a requirement also needed is the original barangay certificate of indigency. Ano po yan? Nakukuha po yan sa barangay. You'll just have to say kung ano po yung purpose mo. Why are you securing the certificate of indigency? Kung scholarship yan, so yun po yung sasabihin doon sa barangay, okay? And then certified true copy of medical abstract or medical certificate for medical hospital assistance only. Ito po naman yung para sa sa hospital assistance or medical assistance, okay? So learners identification card, registration card for scholarship assistance only, okay? And then certified true copy of statement of accounts, of course yung for scholarship assistance only naman to. And then training or project proposal for livelihood and training programs only, okay? And then training or project list of beneficiaries for livelihood and training programs only and others. Pag meron pa pong ibang i-require sa requirements as a requirement, okay? And then we have here the SECAP-SWDA forms. Ayan po yung members beneficiary profile. There is also an online registration form. So we will also be sharing it to you guys as you are now part of the SECAP-SWDA, okay? And then the SECAP request form. So this is generic. I-check na lang po yan kung alin po dyan yung i-avail yung program. So if you are going to request for the livelihood, so check kung ano po yung i-request nyo under the livelihood program. And also for the training, for example, i-check nyo na lang yon. And then for the damayan, i-check nyo na lang. Or if scholarship naman, i-check nyo na lang po. Okay? And then attach the required the requirements, all the requirements needed, okay? And then signatures, or it should also be signed by authorities indicated in the form, okay? Prior to submitting it to the national agency president for approval, okay? And then we also have here the generic SECAP endorsement form. Ayan po, i-check na lang din po siya. Of course, you will have to write the name, tapos yung position, and then name of government agency. Actually, ano po ito? Ito na yung pinaka-letter ng SECAP-SWDA president going to the particular agencies. Like for example, the DSWD or the POEA. Halimbawa, you are requesting for a budget on livelihood at ang funding agency ay, for example, ay POEA. So, it will be addressed to the POEA. Okay? So, yung to, and then yung position niya. Okay? So, this is a generic letter from the SECAP-SWDA president. Actually, i-attach dyan yung request that you had submitted, yung I presented a while ago. Yan, nasa kasunod yan, okay? And then we have here the list of beneficiaries. Okay, so the beneficiaries of SECAP are the following. Citizens of the Republic of the Philippines. Okay? Number two, dysfunctional families, meaning to say, pag dysfunctional families, ito po yung, ano ba tawag nito? Yung broken, kasama na po dyan ang mga broken homes, or, okay, for a while please. Okay, and also yung may mga minsan yung anak ay living with lola or living with other families, mga ganyan po. Ito po yung dysfunctional families, okay? Okay, for a while please. Okay. So, another beneficiary is the out-of-school youth and other youth with special needs. Okay. Another beneficiary are the solo parents. Okay. And next, we have the persons with disabilities or PWDs. And then indigenous people. Okay. And of course, the junior and senior citizens aged 40 to 80 years old. Okay po. And then for the policies making process, the board of directors does not exist, of course, solely to fulfill duties and serve as a fiduciary of the organization assets. Board of directors play very significant roles providing policies for organization's culture, strategic focus of activities, and financial sustainability. Okay. If you have questions, guys, just list it down, and then we will have the open forum later on. Okay, we will have the question and answer later on. Okay, and then to proceed with, through the adopted and approved resolutions with copy furnished to the regional offices nationwide and other agencies concerned for their information and guidance, SECAP Board of Directors created 7 committees. Okay, so we have them. Oh, so they're not here. They are actually included in the, you can actually have it in the organizational structure. Okay? Na-delete siya dito. Okay, for the general policies, for the client protection policy, the SECAP general policies is to deliver services to the members and beneficiaries, also manages personnel, oversees administration, and maintains cash funds. As a recipient of grants from various channels and project holders of welfare activities, okay? The organization uphold principles of accountability and transparency, and takes more passion, knowledge, skills, resources, and relationship. It also takes time, planning, patience, and flexibility. Okay? And for policies and programs that seek to reduce poverty and vulnerability to risks and enhance the social status and rights of the marginalized by promoting and protecting livelihood and employment, protecting against hazard and sudden loss of income, and improving people's capacity to manage risk. Okay. Siyempre, with all the programs and services that are being offered at SECAP. Okay. And then protecting underprivileged rights and their best interests, and giving them the opportunity to participate in programs that educate them on their rights, personal safety techniques, and steps they can take in case of a problem. Okay, helping the underprivileged break the cycle of poverty in more than providing health care, education, and employment. It's about working toward the complete well-being of each and every human being, and that makes keeping them safe. Okay, And then empowering and educating underprivileged on their rights, personal safety, and steps they can take if there is a problem. Okay? Integrating their protection into all aspects of our organizational strategy, structures, and work practices. Okay? And then the organization monitor physical abuse, neglect, and emotional abuse to absolutely look out for the safety and best interest of the clientele or beneficiaries. Okay? And then training staff and volunteers on how to identify the underprivileged needs. Okay? And for protection policy is made up of several components, all with the goal of keeping clientele safe. It includes organization of specific protection protocols, guidelines for reporting incidents, steps for preventing abuse, can take many forms, and the organization staff and volunteers work hard to recognize and deal with any situation on physical health and development or dignity. Okay, so that's for the first part of our orientation about SECAP. Let's proceed with uh, or the role of the units in the organizational structure. Okay, hoping this is the one. Okay, fine. Share this tab instead. Okay. Okay, Ma'am Hananiel is supposed to be with us also today. Is she here now with us? Check ko nga lang po. She's not here too. Okay. So let's just proceed then. So next we are going to discuss on the officers, board members, and the role of the units in the organizational structure. Okay po. For the general policies, the SECAP-SWDA general policies is to deliver services to the members and beneficiaries, also manages personnel, oversees administration, and maintains cash funds. Okay? Don't worry, this will be uploaded on the Google Classroom para you can have a copy of it. Okay? So lahat po ng informations, lahat ng details will be uploaded. Okay? As a recipient of grants from various channels and project holders of welfare activities, the organization upholds principles of accountability and transparency and takes more passion, knowledge, skills, resources, and relationship. It also takes time, planning, patience, and flexibility. Okay po. So for, we had already discussed on this a while ago. So let's proceed with the next okay, for the administration and organization, so under the administration office supervises a day-to-day operation on the administration, such as hiring, of course, training and evaluating employees and beneficiaries. Okay, next is systems, policies, and procedures, and then planning, scheduling, and promoting office events, including meetings, conferences, and then of course interviews, orientation, and overseeing special projects and tracking progress towards organization goals. Okay, organizing programs and activities in accordance with the vision, mission, and goals, objectives of the organization. Okay, developing new programs to support the strategic direction of the organization, and develop an evaluation method to assess program strengths and identify areas of improvement and ensure goals are met in areas including customer satisfaction, safety and quality, and team member performance. Okay, so yun po yung under ng administration. And okay, next is organization or board of trustees. For the board of trustees, the corporate powers of the association shall be exercised, its business conducted, and its property controlled by the board of trustees, okay, without prejudice to such powers as may be granted by laws. The board of trustees shall also have the following powers, okay, to make, next is to make and change rules and regulations not inconsistent with these bylaws for the management of the association's objectives and affairs. Okay? And then next, to purchase, receive, take, or otherwise acquire for and in the name of the association any and all property for the association. Okay? I think I'll be asking participation from the group now para makainom ako ng tubig. Okay? So anyone who would like to volunteer to read the next slide, please? Anyone?
Ako na lang po, ma'am.
Okay, very good, Princess. Go ahead na now.
Nasaan po?
Okay, this here.
Ito po, ma'am.
Yes, please go ahead.
Sige po. To prosecute, maintain, defend, compromise or abandon any lawsuit in which the association or its officers are either plaintiffs or defendants in connection with the activities of the association. To delegate from time to time any of the powers of the board which may be delegated in the course of the operation of the association to any standing or special committee or to any officer or agent, and to appoint any person to be agent of the nation with such powers and upon such terms as may be deemed fit. Qualifications: no member shall be eligible for election to the Board of Trustees unless he is of a member of good standing and has not committed any offense.
Any offense. Okay. So next.
Disqualification: no member convicted by final judgment of an offense punishable by imprisonment for a period exceeding 6 years or a violation of the Corporation Code committed within 5 years prior to the date of his election shall qualify as a trustee of the association. Term: the members of the Board of Trustees shall serve for a period of 1 year and until successors are duly elected and qualified.
Okay.
Duties and functions of officers. President: the President shall exercise the following functions: to arrange and supervise the business affairs of the association nationwide,
Okay.
to implement the administrative and operational policies of the association as resolved by the Board of Trustees, to represent the association at all activities and objectives of the association, to execute all contracts, agreements, and commitments of the corporation entered into by the Board of Trustees, to oversee the preparation of the budget and the statements of account of the association, to preside and submit reports at the meetings of the Board of Trustees and members.
Okay, so yun po yung duties and responsibilities of a president. Okay, to move on.
Vice President: the Vice President shall have such powers and duties as the Board may from time to time prescribe. In case the President is absent or incapacitated,
President.
the Vice President, if qualified, shall have the powers and discharge the duties of the President. Secretary: to record the minutes and resolutions in all membership and trustees meetings and maintain corporate books in the such form and manner required by law. to keep the membership book and records of the association and affix the corporate sale to all official documents requiring the same.
Okay.
To give or send notices of the association required by law and these bylaws. To determine the existence of a quorum in any meeting of the members and the board of trustees. Treasurer, to keep full and accurate accounts of the funds, receipts, and disbursement in the books of the association. To
Okay.
deposit in the name and to the credit of the association in such bank as may be designated by the board of trustees all the funds, money, securities, and valuable effects of the association.
Okay.
To render an annual statements showing the financial condition of the association and other financial reports to the President and Board of Trustees, as well as proper government agencies, to perform such other duties and functions as may be assigned to him by the Board of Trustees. To protect the funds of the association, the treasurer must be banded in such amount as may be determined by the Board of Trustees. Auditor. The auditor shall aud- audit the books of the association and prepare the annual balance sheet, profit and loss statements. He shall submit his audit report in time of the annual members meeting.
Okay. Next.
Saan?
Nasa next slide na tayo na.
Hindi pa po, ma'am.
Membership yan? Yeah, membership na.
Saan, ma'am? Sa auditor po?
No, membership na. Ay, hindi mo ba nakikita na?
Hindi po. Hindi pa po siya nagne-next.
Oh, why?
Nasa auditor lang, ma'am, yung slide mo.
Nasa auditor pa rin po siya, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Wait lang naka.
Sige po.
Stop ko ulit and then I'll share it again. Minsan naglalag.
Sige lang po, ma'am.
Okay, for a while. Stop this. Send now. Okay, nakakita na ba na?
Hindi pa po nagne-next, ma'am. Ayan na po, okay na po.
Okay, very good.
Membership. To ensure that the general membership understand the organization program and services. Keep the organization members and non-members data. Finance. Tama ba? Make sure that the organization has adequately resources to advance its mission. Make list of ways to help with fundraising, identified potentials major donors. Livelihood in charge of job opportunities, job orientation, and business financing for general membership and non-members of the organization with planning used to specify the steps to be taken to achieve the objectives of the programs. Education and training. Making sure that the general membership and non-members to bring an in-depth knowledge of how the organization works, particularly in its programs and services.
Okay, these are actually the 7 committees mentioned a while ago, yung kanina na wala yung slides, okay? So these are the 7 committees, okay? And then next.
Health and Damayan. Take care of the members and clientele for medical, hospital, and burial assistance and others. Yatmam Youth.
Youth, anak.
Youth development, take care of the future of the youth, particular the scholarship programs for out-of-school youth and youth with special needs.
Okay.
Legal grievance. Ensure that board of directors, officers, employees, and members obey applicable laws and regulations. follow its own bylaws, and adheres to its stated corporate purposes or mission.
Okay ka lang ba, Princess?
Apa,
Okay. Good.
personnel or human resource management or development refers to the process of maximizing the human capital of the employees. This includes the selection and recruitment, separation and termination, compensation, evaluation and management performance. Pang-apat, promotions and training and development.
Okay.
Management and administrative policies. The organization organized institution not only delivers services but also manage staff, personnel, oversees administration, and maintains cash funds as a receipt of grants from various channels and projects holders at time of welfare activities, senior citizens, and elderly welfare club of the Philippines Incorporation has to uphold principles of accountability and transparency. The purpose of the personal policy is to set down the policies, conditions, rights, and obligations of organization employees subject to their performing of the duties and responsibilities in their respective job descriptions. From the time of hiring, each employee will have access to the organization policies so
Okay.
that the employees can adhere to it with full knowledge, information, and guidance. The organization policies may at any time be subject to modification if the board of directions of organization seems it necessary. In such cases, employees will be fully informed of the changes.
Okay.
Duties and responsibilities of staffs and volunteers. Administrative officer responsibilities. Supervising day-to-day operations of the administrative department and staff members.
Okay.
Hiring, training, and evaluating employees, taking corrective action when necessary. Plan and manage the design, content, and production of all marketing materials. Work with different marketing departments to generate new ideas and strategies. Supervise projects to guarantee all content is publication ready. Create communication and marketing strategies for new products, launches, events, and promotions. Lead the marketing and public relations staff. Respond to communication or related issues in a timely manner. Program officer responsibilities. Organizing programs and activities in accordance with the mission and goals of the organization. Creating and managing long-term goals, developing a budget and operating plan for the program. Writing program funding proposals to guarantee uninterrupted delivery of services.
Okay.
Managing a team with a diverse array of talents and responsibilities. Ensuring goals are met are met in areas including customer satisfaction, safety and quality, and team member performance. Meeting with stakeholders to make communication easy and transparent regarding project issues and decisions on services. Producing accurate and timely reporting of program status throughout its life cycle. Communication officer responsibilities. Create informative and interesting press releases, press kits, newsletters, and related marketing materials. Develop and implement effective communication strategies that build customer loyalty programs, brand awareness, and customer satisfaction. Prepare detailed media activity reports.
Okay.
Appointment letter and staff orientation. Appointment letter. Any personnel employed and volunteers will be issued an appointment letter prior to his or her employment. The appointment letter will officially announce his or her position within the organization, the place of assignment, and the effective date of employment. The appointment letter will carry annexes
Annexes na.
annexes,
Annexes.
annexes,
Annexes.
annexes specifying the employee's job description, terms reference, salary, and benefits, and other relevant terms of reference, salary and benefits, and other relevant terms of employment.
Okay.
Volunteers management, consultants, are professional experts hired by the organization on short-term basis only for the completion of specific tasks and assignments related to the organization, one or more of its projects. Separate and limited contracts defining their job description, timeline, deliverable, reporting procedures, and payment details will be issued.
Okay.
Volunteers. They will be assigned tasks from time to time as deemed necessary by the organization, will have a limited contract and will not provide any compensation except under special conditions.
Okay. So that's it, Be. I'll just be sharing to you guys these quotations. Since SECAP-SWDA is a humanitarian people's organization and it deals with services, programs, and services, we'll be sharing to you these quotations, which says, the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. It is according to Mahatma Gandhi. Okay. And another quotation, to give real service, you must add something which cannot be bought or measured with money, and that is sincerity and integrity. And that is from Douglas Adams. Okay. And of course, from Hebrews 6 verse 10, it says, God is not unjust. Okay. He will not forget your work and the love you have shown him as you have helped his people and continue to help them. Okay? So yan naman po ang galing sa Hebrews 6 verse 10. And another from Colossians 3 verse 23 to 24, it says, work willingly at whatever you do as though you were working for the Lord rather than for people. Okay? Remember that the Lord will give you an inheritance as your reward and that the master you are serving is Christ. Okay, so that's it for today, guys. And we will now open the session for questions and answer. Okay po, may mga tanong po ba kayo? Okay, so anyone who would like to ask? Magtanong na po kayo ngayon. Okay? Your task, the task that will be given to you for this day will be a development of SECAP-SWDA organizational structure. Okay, so I will be showing you what do you call this? We will be giving you materials. We will be posting materials as your references. At I'll try showing you now yung mga outputs ng mga nakaraang batch. So we have outputs from the first batch. Okay, sandali lang po, ipapakita ko lang ha, para magkaroon kayo ng idea on how to do it. Okay po? At para ma-familiarize nyo din ang mga officers ng SECAP. Actually, I do not have yet the what they call this, the officers of the national organization. Supposed to be, it is uploaded at the website, pero hindi pa po siya nakukumpleto. It's still being upgraded. Okay? So, eto naman yung mga nagawa ng mga nakaraang batch. I'll share a window. Wait lang po. Oh. Sandali lang po. I-alt tab ko lang. Okay, I'll present it now. A window. Okay, I hope you are seeing my screen. Nakikita nyo siya, Nak?
Nakita niyo po.
Nakikita nyo po?
Apo.
Opo.
Okay, so these are outputs under classworks ng anong batch ito? Second batch ng SECAP-SWDA, okay? So you can see in here. Punta muna tayo dun sa first batch. Okay, let's try. Eto, nakikita niyo po ba?
Opo.
Apo, ma'am.
Okay, so this is a sample. Although makikita natin na ano ba tawag nito, yung presentation niya is nice, but make sure guys na yung pagkakasunod-sunod ay dapat nandoon. Nakikita natin ng maayos yung gagawin yung organizational structure. Okay? And then another, ayan, ang gumawa nito ay si Daniela Tolentino. Okay? So, ito naman is done by Jexin. Yan, Dumandan. Meron naman siyang sariling tawag nito, presentation. So, it's up to you guys how you are going to do it. Okay? Ang mga officers na ito ay kinuha niya doon sa website, SECAP-SWDA.org. Okay? So, next po, let's go to the batch 2 naman, yung mga nagawa ng batch 2. Hoping you are seeing it. Nakikita niyo pa, guys?
Apo.
Opo.
So, this was done by Jero Cagabion. Okay, so this is, buksan natin. Google Sheet. Ginawa niya ang Google Sheet. Oh, why? Kailangan pang mag-verify. Okay. So, eto siya. Nakikita nyo naman siguro, partly. Okay, let's go to the other one. Sana hindi na kailangan. Ayan. Okay, so, at least it's not needing verification na. So, eto po yung ginawa naman ni Briggs. Okay? Briggs Calma is from, what they call this, is from mechatronics. Okay? So, mechatronics siya. Sa electronics naman siya. Ito po yung kanyang version ng SECAP-SWDA organization. Actually, guys, doon sa mga outputs ninyo, we will be choosing a template at yan po yung gagamitin po sa SECAP-SWDA. Down to the barangay level, to the sectoral level kasi magkakaroon po ng officers at meron pong officers in the sectors, yung mga sectoral groups, barangays, division levels. So, napakadaming kakailanganing officers sa SECAP to serve the people for the 5 programs being offered at SECAP. Okay, so yan po makikita po natin yan. Maganda yung kanyang ginawa. The head ay colored blue, naka-color code din siya. So, meron pong yung chairman, so yung vice chairman naman or assistant chairman naman ay naka-green. And then, those board members, this is actually for Cavite Province. Ito po yung organization ng Cavite Province. Some of our teachers at Tanza National Trade School are also officers here. Okay? Teachers from DepEd ay, what they call this, are also officers. At kagaya po ni Ma'am Bell at saka ni Ma'am Mary Rose will also be included now as officers, as trainers kasi isa sila sa mga magdi-discuss sa inyo, topic discussants or trainers. So, we will be, the SECAP-SWDA National Organization, the officers and board will be considering them as now part of SECAP-SWDA, okay? And this training will not actually be ending here. It will be also benefiting a lot of people nationwide. Okay? Ano pa lang po, as we are in the pioneering stage, nasa information campaign pa lamang po ang SECAP-SWDA. Okay po? But all the legalities and the authorities and license has already vested on SECAP as a social welfare and development agency. Okay po, so makikita nyo po dyan, yung board member 1 is the overall program director for Cavite province, and then yung naka-yellow po siya, and then the next is yung provincial membership committee director, and then the next considered ano na po yon, board member 4, kasi ang board member 1 is the president, board member 2 is the chairman rather, the board member 2 is the assistant chairman, and the overall program director is the board member 3, and then board member 4 is the membership committee director, and then followed by provincial finance or provincial finance committee director or treasurer. Pinag-isa na po yon para wala pong conflict. Okay, so iisa na yung treasurer at saka yung finance, okay, director. And then for the youth committee director, ayan, makikita niyo dyan, andyan si Sir Albert Montino. So if you know him, he is from Tansa National Trade School also. Okay, and then tingnan po natin sa tapos meron po tayong yung ICT or ICT director. So nandiyan din po si Ma'am Jen. She also functions as ICT. Okay? Provincial ICT assistant director. But actually I think she will be assuming as the ICT director eventually. Okay? Kasi Sir Hernani Gonzalez has a national office to attend to. Okay? Tapos, we also have here the legal grievance or committee director, and then we also have the marshal. Their function are actually to secure the place kapag nagkakaroon po ng event, medical missions, and trainings in the community. Sila po yung nagko-coordinate at nag-aayos ng what they call this concerns pertaining to the venue. Okay? And then under them are assistants. Yung mga naka-red, nakikita nyo po dyan. Meron pong assistant membership committee director, merong assistant finance. Okay, so the red ones, yun po yung mga assistant. So sila naman yung mga deputy board members, yung mga naka-orange. Okay? And then under the what they call this, the program, okay, we have the following, the provincial livelihood program director. So meron po tayong, as you can see, meron pong overall program director, program head or director. We have the provincial or the livelihood program director. Ayan po. And then the Damayan program director, and then the training program director, and then the scholarship program director. Ayun po. Dapat magdadagdag pa tayo siguro na others. But those others are actually specified under the Damayan program and then the training program. So, dun po pumapasok yung others. Okay po? So, ayan. Meron po tayong notes dito that each key officer in the organization may need to create or assign staff as need arises. Ayan po. So, ibig sabihin, although may mga nakalagay po na positions dyan, pwede pa rin po silang mag-create ng, ibig sabihin, what they call the staff. Okay po? So, we can see in there, meron po tayong ICT program staff head, si Eman Urbano. actually guys, to share you and inspire you with this, Eman Urbano is senior high school graduate also of Tanza National Trade School at siya po yung developer ng ating website. Okay. Tingnan nyo kung gaano kagagaling ang mga students from Tanza National Trade School. So he developed the website for SECAP-SWDA. Okay po, at ano pa rin, actually ongoing pa rin yung upgrading niya. Okay, of course with the direction of our national officers, our president, of course, the program national program director na kasama po natin ngayon. Sobrang busy actually ni Sir Johnson. So he goes out every day to the field kasi napakarami na pong offices sa NCR, and he orients officers and people. Very recently, they had the what they call this, yung Speakers Bureau. Nagte-train po sila ng speakers. Kaya nga Speakers Bureau. So that by the time na ano na ulit, maayos na ulit yung ating mga travel and gathering restrictions, these members of the Speakers Bureau will be deployed to the different parts of the Philippines para sila naman ang mag-orient sa mga tao pertaining to the SECAP and its programs and services. Okay, so makikita nyo din po dyan sa training program staff, andyan si Lovely Joy SECAP-SWDA. Ano din po siya ng Tanza National Trade School. So we have some graduates of Tanza National Trade School here as officers of SECAP-SWDA. Okay po. So with that, okay, so na-share na namin sa inyo ang samples. These are actually outputs. Outputs na ito ng ating mga previous senior high school students that had been deployed, who had been deployed at SECAP-SWDA for the Work Immersion from Home program. Okay po? So, i-stop muna natin to para sa question and answer naman po tayo. So, we still have more than 30 minutes for the Q&A. So, stop sharing muna natin. Okay. So, meron po bang magtatanong? Or ako muna magtatanong? Okay, this will be my question. With all the positions, kasi ngayon, actually, dahil pioneering pa nga lang yung SECAP-SWDA as Social Welfare and Development Agency. Actually, guys, it was registered with the SEC in the year, makikita nyo dun sa certificates, in the year 2019. So, 2 years pa lamang yung SECAP, okay? But, in the year 2020, it had been issued with the license to operate as a Social Welfare and Development Agency by the DSWD in the year 2020. So, very young pa lang talaga yung ating humanitarian organization na SECAP. Okay, SWDA. Okay, as SWDA. Okay, so as we are now in the pioneering stage of the organization, we would be needing a lot of officers, a lot of people who will be with us, in implementing and delivering all the programs and services at SECAP, of course, in cooperation, in partnership with the different national government agencies and the partners as well. Okay po? So this is now my question. Ang daming sinasabi ni ma'am. Okay po. So this is now my question. With all the, what do you call this? With all the positions that had been discussed to you, dun sa mga positions na na-discuss na sa inyo, ano yung pipiliin ninyo personally? Anong position ang gusto nyo sa SECAP and why? Okay, anyone? Anyone, guys? With all the positions that had been discussed to you, ano po yung pipiliin nyo? Okay, sige. Pe-present ko ulit yung screen. Okay? Window. Okay, it's not there. Wait lang po. So, isip na na. Control Alt Tab. Okay. O, isip kung ano yung gusto nyong position and why. You have to state your reason. Bakit nyo napili yung position na yan sa SECAP. Okay? Window. Share. Okay. So, it's sharing now. Anyone? From our trainees for today? Always remember, nasa training kayo ngayon ng SECAP, and every contribution and every participation that you have here, that you'll be sharing, they will all be noted. Okay? Diba? Na-discuss namin sa inyo how you will be graded. At nandoon lahat yon sa mga diniscuss ni Ma'am Bell sa inyo on how you will be graded. Of course, kasama dyan ang participation ninyo. Okay? So, who would like to answer my question? Yan. O, pumili po tayo ng position dyan. And why would you choose that position? Okay, anyone? Hello? Tailoring, hello? Hairdressing? Malay nyo na one day, you will also be needed as a trainer at SECAP, di ba? Because we will be, the organization will be implementing the programs and services nationwide. O, di ba? Hindi lang po dito sa Cavite, hindi lang po sa Manila ang SECAP. It is all over the Philippines from our Region 1, CAR, Cordillera Administrative Region. Alam nyo guys, yung outputs, we will just be sharing that in the next days. Ang gaganda ng outputs ng mga nakaraang batch. Okay? So, pertaining to the logo, that you will also get there. Okay, so anyone? Come on, guys. Anyone? Si Princess kaya? Ay, si... Wait. O anyone, magtatawag na lang ako kung wala pong ano. O kaya si Ma'am Bell. Magtatawag si Ma'am Bell.
Ayan si Dolores. Dolores. Dolores, andiyan ka.
Dolores.
Unmute mo yung ano mo. Yung speaker mo. If you will be given the chance to choose anong part ng organization gusto mo mag-join.
Okay. Anyone? Si Dolores, ma'am? Are you...
Lasala po.
Ma'am, come again?
Dolores Lasala po.
Okay, Dolores. Parang she's not in the room, ma'am.
Andito po siya.
Ah, okay.
Diyan po siya. Ye Lasala. Yung pong pangalan. Ye Lasala. Si James. Nasa classroom ba si James? Ito si James. Marami kong gustong explore.
James Pasiano, ma'am?
Apo. Andyan
Yeah, he is here. James, come on, say something. Anong position, anak, ang pipiliin mo sa organization ng SECAP and why?
Ano nga po ulit yung mga applicable sa kanila?
Any actually, ma'am. So we have here yung diniscuss natin kanina. Ayan po, membership committee, meron pong finance committee, director, Meron pong youth committee.
So, ma'am,
Pa?
may livelihood po.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes. So probably sa mga skilled katulad ng mga ito ay maganda we can join on the livelihood. Kasi they have the skills, they can share their skills also as part of their participation or contribution to the organization. I think doon ang pinaka-best na position na pwede na nilang i-avail. So that they can be of use yung kanilang mga skills in order to also not just to share but to practice and make their skills more harness their skills to be more expert on their field. Kung yun na yung ipopursue nilang mga specialization until they come to college. But if not, may mga professional course pa sila na gusto, maybe they can change their interest on whatever is applicable to their expertise.
Okay, so baka may gustong sabihin si James. Ano yung pipiliin mo, James, doon sa mga positions?
Ma'am, yung livelihood din po akin kasi doon lang din po ako mag-excel, I think.
Okay, that's good. So if you will be choosing the livelihood program director, meaning to say lahat ng mga livelihood program activities ay under you. Ibig sabihin, ikaw yung bahala doon sa scheduling ng mga trainings, mga ganyan. So yun yung as discussed a while ago, yun yung function ng livelihood committee director. And that's good, James. So sa livelihood daw siya. And anyone, sino pa po ang may gustong sumagot? Ang dami
Ako
natin.
po, ma'am, yung
Okay,
sa
Clement?
youth board director po ba yun? Yung nakita ko po kanina po sa taas. Kasi
Okay.
po, for me, the board of directors' most important function is to approve or send back for amendment management's recommendation about the future direction of the corporation. So yung decision po ng isang director is super important po sa buong organization po. So parang yun, importante po sila.
Nice, very good. So we have a future director here, Clement Jada de Leon. Ang galing. Okay. Anyone, ang ganda ng sharing mo, Clement. That's good.
Thank you po.
That's great. Okay, anyone? O see? Ang tahimik nyo mga anak pero ang gagaling nyo. Anyone? Any more? Anong position ang pipiliin mo and why? With the positions available at SECAP. Ayan, meron po tayong damayan program, meron po tayong training program director. Ito yung ginagawa natin actually ngayon is under the training program. At kasama na din ang livelihood because we will be trained here on entrepreneurial events mga susunod nating araw. So, dalawa actually na programs ng SECAP ang sakop nitong ginagawa natin ngayon dito sa Senior High School Work Immersion from Home. Actually, meron din po tayong mga members and officers ng SECAP who are watching with us through the live stream na sa Facebook and YouTube. Sa tulong din ng ating student trainee from Tanzania National Trade School. Ayan, tingnan nyo kung gaano kagagaling kayong mga kabataan ngayon. Okay, so anyone? Any more? Diyan no, ang dami nating positions. Merong provincial auditor, merong auditor, merong secretary, merong overall program. Okay. At ano pa? Marshal, may ICT. Okay, anyone? Anyone? Very good si Clement. At saka si James. Nag-share sila. Okay, these guys are noted. Ano yan? Isipin nyo yan ha. These are part of your performances and these are all recorded. Aside from the tasks, aside from the classworks assigned at the Google Classroom or the Virtual Training Center at SECAP, kasama din po ito sa inyong performances. Okay, how you participate during the actual training or the real-time or what they call this real-time online training. Okay? So anyone? Any more? Dun sa paggawa ng inyong task, because we will be assigning as classwork mamaya yung what they call this development of an organizational structure at SECAP. So may mga tanong ba kayo doon on how to do it or what? Or dun sa mga requirements natin, were you able to accomplish all the requirements required to you for this training? Hello? Alam, may deadline tayo dun, naka. O, i-check natin.
Yes, tayo po.
Opo. Doon sa, okay, thank you, James. Doon sa questionnaire, anak, pertaining to preparedness, I had checked on it a while ago at iisa pa lang ang ano ba tawag nito, nag-accomplish noon sa tailoring. Iisa pa lang. Okay, and we have 3. We have 3 sa hairdressing. So paki-accomplish din po siya. Pati din po yung what they call this, the chosen learning modality, kasi kailangan po yon as part of your training, because we had been given instruction by the DepEd to accomplish these tasks pertaining to your work immersion from home. Okay? So, kailangan po namin ang inyong responses. And also, please paki-accomplish din yung online registration ng SECAP-SWDA as a part or as a trainee of SECAP-SWDA. Para din po yun sa inyong certificates later on. Okay? Kailangan nandun po yung pangalan nyo, nakaregister kayo for you to receive the certificates of completion. Okay po? Can we have a word from Sir Johnson? He left? Kailan pa naman tatawagin natin siya? He left? Maybe he's going somewhere else again. Kasi ano po siya, very traveled. Sobrang traveled person siya. Ngayon lang siguro siya umupo because he also wanted to be with us and stay with us for a while. Okay? Anyway, pinag-aralan niya din kung paano kasi the trainings, the orientations they are doing are done face-to-face. So, hindi pa rin nila gaanong gamay yung, ano ba tawag, what they call this, online discussion. So, by the next time, maybe, he will be with us. Okay? But we will be asking them, the officers, to join us during your, what they call this, graduation or your rights. And when will that be? Hello? Kailan po yung inyong completion rights, guys?
14.
Wala, nakalimutan ng mga anak ko. Ano yun? It will be in April. Yes, Princess.
April 5, ma'am?
Kauumpisa lang natin. Naku, anak, ngayon. Yeah, that is our start. When will be our day 10?
April 14 po, ma'am.
Yes. Okay, very good. So, tingnan nga natin ulit yung ating, although this is already posted in the GC, I'll be sharing to you our program. Kaya tingnan natin na. Meron pa naman tayong 15 minutes. Okay? What will you be expecting for the 10 days? Okay? Puntahan lang natin.
Ma'am, excuse me po. Ask ko lang po yung sa consent po. Kasi po ako lang po mag-isa sa bahay. Stuck po yung parents ko po sa ibang lugar kasi po sa COVID. So, hindi ko po makuha yung signature po ng parents ko. Pero ang gagawin ko na lang po is pa-picturean ko na lang po yung signature nila.
Yeah.
Tapos isa-send na lang po sa akin. Pwede po ba ganun po?
Yes, my dear. Very good. Very good.
Sige po. Thank you po.
See, ang galing. At meron siyang procedures on how to accomplish kahit hindi niya kasama yung parents niya. That's very good, Clement. Okay? So, I'll be presenting. Stop muna ito. Yan. Any more questions na habang may oras pa tayo, okay? So, a window o tab pala. Okay. So, is it sharing? Nakikita niyo po ba?
Opo.
Okay po. So, here we have, nasa day 1 tayo ngayon. Supposed to be, nandyan si Ma'am Hananiel, at saka si Sir Johnson, sila dapat dalawang magdi-discuss. Pero ang nag-discuss ay kami na ni Princess. O, di ba? This is actually training you guys, right? And that's very good. May nag-volunteer kanina for the discussion, and that's very good. Okay? And then, so that's for day 1. And for our day 2, April 6, our topic will be about tailoring from Ma'am Annabel. Okay, siguro may mga magtatanong sa inyo. Ang topic naman ay tailoring. Baka hindi na ako kasama, sasabihin ng ating mga hairdressing. No, this is also part of your training, the 10 days training. Okay, so although this is this topic is for tailoring, ang ano kasi na, ang work immersion kasi ng tailoring is not just on tailoring matters, okay? Andyan nga yung kaninang diniscuss natin, you will, in the work immersion process, you will get to know about accomplishment of requirements, yun nga yung naunang ginawa natin in the pre-deployment orientation, and then you will learn about the nature of business, about the business, the histories, mission, vision, and it is what we had discussed today. As an organization, yung SECAP-SWDA provides training opportunities on different aspects. Kaya, as a partner institution or organization for this training, ito yung naging, ano ba tawag nito, a program that had been developed for, particularly for your specialization. But at least, we can have a topic pertaining to your field of specialization at sa tingin namin at kumbaga lahat naman tayo ay dapat matuto din pertaining to tailoring, di ba? Pag bumibili tayo halimbawa ng damit or how are they done, at least magkaroon tayo ng orientation, magkaroon tayo ng information about that, and that will also help us a lot, okay? So let us not limit ourselves to our own specialization only, okay? That's the reason why we had also included topics pertaining to yung inain ngayon, yung cryptocurrency, and then the visual graphics design, and then the aquaculture and hydroponics. Ayan, na po pwedeng gawin sa ating mga backyard actually. They can be beneficial in putting up a business at our own homes, okay? So that will be for April 6, and then for April 7, day 3, another topic, tailoring topic from Ma'am Annabel De Leon. And then for day 4, April 8, we will have a topic for hairdressing by Ma'am Mary Rose Ogaw. And then also for day 6, April 10, day 9, day 5 rather, April 9. Yan. Tigda 2 days po ang topics natin on hairdressing and tailoring. Okay? And then for day 6, April 10, we will have the topic about Greenfield, Aquaculture and Hydroponics Holdings Incorporated. Ayun, aquaponics and aquaculture na yan. It will be either by Dr. Luder Meniano, the CEO of Greenfield Aquaculture. Ano po sila? Ito po ay international company based. Meron din po silang US, ano ba tawag dito, office in the US. And we will learn later on yung kanilang mga existing projects na and developments na pagkalalaki. It's billions cost para dun sa mga projects na to. And also, of course, pag magbukas siya ng mga sites niya, there will also be opportunities for everyone. Yun nga yung binabanggit namin sa ating mga trainees at SECAP-SWDA na lalo na sa mga senior high school who are actually prepared for the 4 curriculum exits which are the employment, the entrepreneurship, tapos meron din po tayong syempre going to college and then further skills training. Ano po yon? We will be providing you with the informations dun sa mga gusto ng halimbawa mag-employ. Kasi kagaya nga nito, malaking corporation siya, malaking project siya. There will be needs for electrical people, for electronics as well, and for automotive, for SMAW, kasi gagawa nga ng ano ba tawag dito? It's a billion project, multi-billion project. Okay? So nag-start na daw po sila sa kanilang site in Batangas, and the other one I think is in Pampanga. Okay? We will learn about it kapag diniscuss na po sa atin. Okay? Ng ating mga trainers. So that's about aquaculture. And then on April 11, day 7, we will have a topic from Ma'am Jocelyn Olasiman, the brand ambassador of One Okada, about visual graphic design na pwede rin pong pagkakitaan kahit tayo yung mga nasa bahay. Okay? And then another topic on Piro cryptocurrency trading by Ma'am Nerissa Navarro on April 12. Okay? So, yun po yung ating training days proper. And then on April 9, ano na lang po tayo dito? We will have the feedback sharing on the 8 days training program. So, meaning to say, magkakaroon tayo ng output consultation dito on how are you going to complete all the tasks and requirements assigned to you at SECAP-SWDA for your training, okay? And then we will also have our graduation ceremonies or the completion rites on your 10th day, which will be April 14. At kasama natin dito yung second batch, okay? Para po isahan ng graduation. Okay po? So with that, that concludes our training for today at SECAP-SWDA. Once again, this is Ma'am Cres, Dr. Cres Canubas, sharing you informations about SECAP. So, any more questions, guys? Stop sharing. May mga tanong po ba tayo? Ma'am Bel, mayroon po bang gustong i-clarify sa mga trainees po natin? Si Ma'am Rose also.
Wala naman po, ma'am. Monitor ko din po yung attendance niya pag wala dito. Message ko. So, yung isa po nasa work kasi, sabi ko panoorin na lang niyo yung replay.
Yes po, ma'am.
FB Live. Hindi siya naka-access sa classroom niya. If ever na wala siyang load, so mas okay na sa FB Live na lang siya. Yun lang po, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Lahat ay makatapos na immersion na hindi na sila complete ng ng ibang paraan. So, yun lang po. Tapos yung uploading po nila ng mga documents nila, kasi nagkaka-problem sila, hindi marunong pasok sa classroom, paano mag-upload. The last 3 days, I'm assisting them to, hinihingi ko pa yung mga personal account nila to access their classroom, just to upload their documents. So far, Parang 2 na lang yata hindi naka-comply pa. Siguro hindi pa alam kung paano
Okay, ma'am.
mag-upload. Pero I told them to keep on communicating para matulungan sila. Kasi ino-open ko sa laptop ko yung kanilang mga account para lang i-upload namin yung mga documents sila, makakomply sila sa daily requirements.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much, Ma'am Bel.
Kung mga estudyante. May naliligaw ng estudyante sa tailoring, yung ibang hairdressing, please, hingi kayo ng link kay Ma'am. O tingnan niyo yung mga Gmail niyo kasi yung invitation ni Ma'am Kanubas para sa mga specialization. Kasi magkahiwalay tayo. So may 2 nang naligaw doon sa amin. Ayun, ano na lang, mag-join kayo doon sa group ng hairdressing.
Okay, ma'am. Pwede mo naman silang i-remove, Ma'am Bel. So you have the authority actually, opo, to manipulate, opo, ma'am.
Tapos hindi ko po kasi ma-access yung ano nila, kaya sabi ko,
Ay, pwede ka ding pumasok doon, ma'am. Okay, I'll invite you as teacher also sa kabila para po opo.
Kasi baka po nag-upload sila ng kanilang mga documents, naligaw na rin po yung documents.
Yeah, okay, ma'am. Sige po, thank you. We'll add you there po.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. And then, alam nyo guys, ang kinagandahan din nito, although it is really very uncertain and yung mga nangyayari sa atin ngayon, hindi lang din naman dito sa Pilipinas at hindi lang din naman kayo yung affected. It's all over the world. But one good thing that is happening now ay itong paraan na ito na nagkakaroon tayo ng communication and also the online training, kahit hindi siya face-to-face, but at least we will be exposed to the real field or the real world of work. Kasi ito po yung to prepare you actually in the real world of work. Okay? So, in the next days to come, marami po tayong matututunan on the discussions of our trainers. So, let's just be patient, okay? At ang lumalabas naman doon sa survey actually, doon sa level of preparedness ninyo, readiness ninyo, ang pinakamataas talaga ay patience, and we are happy about that. At patient, kailangan talaga natin yon, yung patience ng lahat para matutunan natin ng mga bagay-bagay pertaining to this, how to cope up with this new normal. Okay? Kasi supposed to be na written or the module na lang ang gagawin namin at isesend na lang namin sa inyong mga bahay for you to do. Pero this is still the best way for us to communicate and explain. At pag may mga tanong kayo, at least ma-assist namin kayo on how are you going to accomplish the reports, the tasks that are required of you. Okay? So pag may naman, may opportunities, kagaya nung nakaraang batch natin, ikwento ko lang. Kasi one of their tasks pertaining to the visual graphics design naman, yung first batch natin, may mga nanalo doon. They were given loads, they were given, what they call this, yung GCash, ganyan, kasi nanalo yung kanilang mga entries. So we also have that here now. So pag meron po tayong opportunities, please participate guys. At you will be receiving recognitions, of course. At edge nyo yan, advantage yan for you to qualify doon sa award, Work Immersion Award. Okay? So yung nakaraan, yung second batch natin, meron ding nanalo of 500 pesos kasi napili yung kanyang logo design na gagamitin ng isang partner din ng SECAP. Okay? So nag-offer ng ganong contest yung ating yung organization, ang tawag nito, yung partner ng SECAP. At yun, meron pong nanalo. At napakagaganda daw kasi nung mga ginawa. So bibigyan din ng tawag dito, yung mga finalists, bibigyan din daw sila ng prize. So, yun lang. This is actually to inspire you din kahit papaano what to expect in this training. Okay? So 12 na tayo. Maybe we can have now our lunch. With that, good morning everyone and God bless us all. Thank you, Ma'am Bell.
Thank you po.
Thank you po, ma'am.
Bye
See you
po.
tomorrow.
See you
Opo.
Ano, alis na tayo? Let's go.